Hello everyone, Shroomraver here, and today I'm excited to be bringing you my week 2 game, or at least my second game, from the SMD League, of course, the Screw My Draft League, yes indeed. Now, as you may or may not be aware, the Screw My Draft League, this is a league among a whole bunch of people, set up by El Sizzle, Lars, where basically the premise of it is that we, the contestants, or the coaches, the managers, we draft everyone else's team for them and not our own. So the idea is to kind of mess each other's drafts up as much as possible. It's quite fun, you know, you get some horrible weaknesses on your team and you've got to try and work around them, which is quite entertaining. It makes some great gimmicks, which is the kind of stuff I like, kind of stuff a lot of people in the league like as well. We managed to win our first game against Lars. This week, this is going to be tough. We take on George, SceptileMC, one of the most technically gifted battlers around at the moment, I think. I think many would agree with that. He's an excellent battler. And I'm going to go over his squad that he could choose from. He was drafted, he was given, I should say. I didn't actually give him any mons, but he was given Zygarde, Moltres, Smeargle, Rhydon, Farfetch'd, Vespiquen, Caracosta, Aerodactyl, Donphan and Gliscor. So his kind of big weaknesses are flying types and sort of extensions of their weaknesses. So electric, ice and rock, they're huge. He doesn't like Bolt Beam, he's not too much of a fan of rock either. He's got a couple of big weaknesses, a lot of quad weaknesses on this team. So, the team I decided to bring very quickly, we have got a physically defensive Porygon 2 with Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, Magic Coat and Recover. I'm really sort of trying to prevent him from setting up hazards. He's got a Smeargle, he was given a Smeargle for whatever reason. Lars gave him Smeargle, so he got all of the hazard options. And I only have one defogger, so I want to try and prevent hazards as much as possible. So I've just gone with Bolt Beam, Magic Coat and Recover. Then we've got Sneasel, L Sneasel with the Sash, Jolly Nature, Icicle Crash, Ice Shard, Low Kick and Knockoff. Low Kick there for his rock types, you know, you got the Rhydon, you got the Caracosta. Knockoff is just going to be nice for a whole bunch of things, including the Eviolite potentially on that Rhydon. Then we have Persian, the Great Catsby, Life Orb Anti-Lead with Taunt, Fake Out, U-Turn and Seed Bomb. Seed Bomb is there for the likes of Rhydon and Caracosta once again. U-Turn for Initiative, Taunt and Fake Out. Either could be good for the Smeargle. He could be bringing Sash Lead, so Fake Out, Taunt, U-Turn, stop him from setting up hazards as much as possible. Then we have one of my personal favourites. This is a Beautifly. We have Choice Scarped, Modest Nature. It's got enough speed on there to outspeed, I don't know what I wanted to outspeed, but outspeed something. Potentially the Farfetch'd. I don't want Farfetch'd to do anything to me. We've got a Choice Scarf, Modest, Beautifly here. No stab moves, who would need them? Hidden Power Ice, Electro Web, the powerful Electro Web, Giga Drain and Defog. My Choice Scarf Defog, my last sort of bastion if he does get up those hazards. Then we have a sort of bulky Mega-Tyranitar with investment across all sort of avenues. Enough speed, I think, to outspeed. I can't remember what I outspeed. I've got 88 speed on there. I forget what it's for, really. It might be for a Donphan. It might be for the Farfetch'd again. Could be for the Rhydon. I outspeed something. I've got Stealth Rock, Rock Slide, Ice Punch, and Hidden Power Grass. You know, those 2 quad weaknesses to Grass could come into play. And then I have Pangoro, which is Max Attack, Max Speed, Jolly with a Salac Berry. We've got Drain Punch, Ice Punch, Rock Slide, and of course Swords Dance to try and set up whenever I can. So, SceptileMC George, he has brought with him the Smeargle, the Donphan. We've got the Farfetch'd, Caracosta, the Zygarde, and Moltres. So, I have sort of, I think, enough contingency to deal with his stuff. So, without any further ado, let's get right into the battle, see how things played out. So, I'm going to lead off with my Persian, my anti-lead, as George is going to lead off with the Smeargle. Which is fine, I'm going to fake out, but he very craftily packs Protect to try and, again, just to sort of go right against my potential fake out. I have 2 who could use it. But I am going to go for Taunt as my secondary way of stopping him getting up hazards, and he does in fact go for the Sticky Web here. So that's grand, we stop him getting that up. It seems that he has 4 non-attacking moves, because he's going to switch straight out into his Donphan. As I just go for the U-turn, I did predict him to switch out, But the Donphan has the Rocky Helmet, I take that and Life Orb, so Persian being worn down a bit too quickly for my liking. What I am going to do here is go into my P2. I don't want this guy to get up Stealth Rock, you know, I have a Beautifly that doesn't particularly appreciate it. So as he goes back into Smeargle, I am going to show him that I have Magic Coat to stop him from getting up any kind of hazards. And here I am going to go for it again. It was pretty telegraphed, you know, he can quite easily go into anything he wants to stop me from doing anything with Magic Coat. That's going to be the Moltres. Now here I am kind of expecting him to be offensive, but he does drop a Toxic, very nicely played around my Magic Coat, as I just go for a Thunderbolt, which is going to do solid damage to this Moltres. Now here I'm expecting this now to be Toxic Storm, Moltres, Roost, so I'm going to proactively go into my Tyranitar, predicting him to go for a Roost, and as you'll see, that is exactly what he is going to do, which is fine. You know, I don't particularly fear this. I can take a Hidden Power Grass or Water very effectively and just go for Rock Slide. So I Mega Up, he stays in, and he reveals quite beautifully the Natural Gift Fighting. Brilliant build on his part, but Moltres not the most physically offensive. I am going to go for Rock Slide and I am going to take out this Moltres, but that was a really nice touch. I'm a big fan of Natural Gift, so well built by George. What he's going to do now though is going to Smeargle. This is his opportunity to try and get hazards up. He is going to go for the Spore. I choose this as my dedicated sleep fodder. And now there really is nothing I can do about him getting that Sticky Web up. But the next best thing I can do is go into something to directly threaten this guy. And that is going to be my Pangoro, who I'm going to go into right now, as he does indeed get that Sticky Web up. So I'm going to have to try and find an opportunity to defog that away at some point. Now, he is very much faster than me, but he is going to just go for the Protect, as I go for the Drain Punch. Now, I kind of agonised with this about whether I was going to go for Swords Dance or not, or try and predict a switch into Donphan and go for Ice Punch. I knew he wasn't staying in, that's for sure. And what he's going to do is go into that Donphan, as I do switch things up and I do go for the Ice Punch. So we're going to get some nice damage there. It's a 3-hit KO, and he does not show lefties. But I'm fearing the play rough here, so I'm going to switch into the next best thing to take that. That's going to be the P2. As it happens, George isn't packing play rough. He gets a Crit Earthquake, which is good for him. You know, crits on P2 are always nice. But I'm getting worn down a bit too quickly by Toxic for my liking. So as he goes into the Smeargle, I'm going to go for an Ice Beam, first off the bat in case he wanted to stay in with Donphan. And next turn, as I say, being worn down a bit too much by Toxic, I am going to want to recover up. Now, George sees that coming very well indeed, and he's going to go into the very threatening Caracosta for the first time, as I do indeed go for the recover. Now, this Caracosta is something that can be shell smashing. I just want to get damage on it and then take it out with priority. So, as he does indeed go for that shell smash, I'm going to drop a Thunderbolt on his head. Now, that is going to take him down to his Sturdy. I'm not going to get the paralysis. It doesn't really matter. He was in fact Lumberry. But Toxic is racking up, but now he's going to make a brilliant play. I did not see Protect coming at all, but I can see why he was doing it, to try and avoid fake outs KOs once he was down to that kind of range. But nothing I can do about him going for a big hit now. He outspeeds me, he's going to go for Waterfall, and that is going to be Porygon 2 down. He's done a good job getting some damage off on things. Now, having seen the Protect, I can't go into Persian to fake him out, because he's just going to go for the Protect and avoid that damage and then take me out something else. So, I'll go into my my El Sneasel. He's going to go for Aqua Jet, and I can just go for Ice Shard and, you know, take that guy out. So that's a big threat gone. But now I'm at a very revengeful range, and he's going to bring in his Zygarde. There's nothing I can do about an Extreme Speed. That's just going to happen. You know, I just have to take it and have to let Sneasel go down. What I can do here though is bring in my Beautifly, just to try and see what he's going to do. And he does go for the Extreme Speed again. It's a clean 2-hit KO, and I'm going to go for the Hidden Power Ice, and he has the Yachi Berry. So this thing is looking like a big old threat, and there's very little I seem to be able to do about it. What I can do is go into my Persian to try and sack it, and look to go into Pangoro afterwards to revenge. So I'm going to go into my Persian, take the Extreme Speed at the very least, and here George makes a very good play. He is going to go straight into his Rocky Helmet Donphan, knowing that I am going to fake out. I didn't quite have the stones to just go for Seed Bomb. I would have been in a really nice position if I had. But as it is, Persian goes down to Rocky Helmet and Life Orb Recall. Now, however, I am going to go into my Beautifly, because this is pretty much my chance to go for a defog, a very necessary defog as well. So, as in comes the Smeargle, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Go for the defog, get rid of that Sticky Web. Now, knowing that he's probably going to want to set it up again, I am going to go once again into my Pangoro, as you can see, he does indeed go for the Sticky Web. Now, here again I agonise over going for Swords Dance. He goes for a Sticky Web, just sacking this guy off. And I am going to go for the Drain Punch, and get myself back up to pretty much full health. So, down goes the Smeargle, no more hazards for him if I can get rid of those webs. But in comes Sergeant Quack, the big threat, the MVP in waiting, Farfetch'd. And I have to sack something off to it, and it is going to be my Mega-Tyranitar. Pangoro is far more important to me at this point. So he's going to go for the Brave Bird, he's going to get a useless crit, and take some recoil damage. What I'm trying to do here is rack up recoil with Brave Bird and Sandstorm to revenge him later. In comes the Leaf Blade, another useless crit, that is going to take down my Mega-Tyranitar. But Sergeant Quack has taken some nice residual damage, and is now at a very revengeful range for my Beautifly. Now this is a roll, and it's not entirely in my favour, but I go for the Hidden Power Ice, and that does take down Sergeant Quack. So, happy about that, no more Sergeant Quack to deal with. But, I'm getting buffeted by the Sandstorm, and Ellie here has pretty much done all she can. There's nothing I can do about this Zygarde right now. Extreme Speed is going to take down Beautifly, but Beautifly gets a KO, which I'm very happy with. That's pretty much what I wanted out of the season. Just something for Beautifly to do. So it's Pangoro versus the world, and I do get the speed drop. There's nothing I can do about that. George is in fact going to make a good play and switch out. Again, I'm not quite confident enough to go for the Swords Dance, so I do just go for the Ice Punch. It's not going to take down the Donphan from where it is, and what this allows George to do is go for that last gasp Ice Shard just to get a bit more prior on me. I'm going to desperately get back as much as I can with a Drain Punch, but it's not going to be enough. I'm going to take Rocky Helmet damage, and now it just comes down to a moment of truth as to whether Zygarde can take me out, depending entirely on what moves it is packing. But as you'll see from here, it is packing the superpower. You know, I have a fighting weakness on my team, and George is able to take advantage of that there. Down goes Pangoro, and that is going to be the game. So, great game. Thoroughly enjoyable. Always a pleasure to play against George, SceptileMC. I've played against him on one or two occasions. Always a very, very fun game. What I liked about that one, no hacks as far as I could tell. You know, certainly if there were any, there was none that mattered. It's always nice to have a nice clean game. Of good quality. You know, there were nice plays going on either side. Very enjoyable stuff. George, he's 2-0 now in this league so far. He's playing out of his skin as one would expect, and really looking for Farfetch'd to take that MVP race. I quite enjoyed it for my part. You know, I think I played okay. I think I built as well as I could have. Would have been nice maybe, I guess, to see a Chopper Berry on that Pangoro just to try and hopefully save me a little bit in the end. But you know, whatever. It's a fun league. It's meant just for fun, just to test out this kind of format of picking each other's mons for us. So yeah, I can't be mad about that. I think it was a good performance on both sides. Good close game, good clean game. So yeah, PSG are 1-1 in the SMD league, which is fine. Gonna have to see if we can get a win next week. That's gonna be up against Nacho in the Texas Savage Tauros. That's gonna be a fun game. I'm looking forward to building a team for that one. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that game, which, as I say, should be going up, hopefully, time permitting, sometime next week. But I'm going to get out of here. I've rambled on for long enough, so thank you all very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed. Make sure you head down into the description to check out George, SceptileMC. If for some reason you aren't following him or you don't know who he is, I don't know what you're doing. He is, as I said at the beginning of the video, one of the most technically gifted battlers around at the moment. He is incredibly talented. He knows how to make the best of any kind of situation and any kind of team. As you're seeing here, he's getting the best out of Farfetch'd, for goodness sake. So, you know, he knows what he's doing. So make sure you check him out. You're definitely doing yourself a favour. get to see his side of this battle as well as all the rest of his fantastic content. But as I say, I've rambled on for long enough, so I'm going to get on out of here. So my final thank you to you all for watching, and I guess with that, I will see you next time. Laters.